Graduands, graduates, diplomats, family and friends, the academic procession is about to enter the hall. Will you please stand? You may now be seated.
Distinguished guests, university colleagues, industry and community partners, families and friends, and most importantly, those of you who are graduating today, I extend a very warm welcome to you all. As we gather today, we recognise that we meet on the lands of the Palawa people, the traditional and continuing custodians of La Trawitta, Tasmania. This place on Kanamaluka has been a site of learning, of gatherings and of ceremony for tens of thousands of years. It has a special meaning to many of us, and for me it is the place of my birth. So we acknowledge with deep respect Elders past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are here with us today. It is an honour and really exciting to be here today to share this moment with you all when you become a graduate of this wonderful university and step out into the next phase of your lives. I offer my warmest congratulations to you all and to those of you who've been part of the journey along the way. When I look at everybody here today, I can't help thinking about all the stories in the room. Stories about what led you to decide to come to university. Stories about what the university meant to you. And stories about the aspirations and hopes you hold today as you step out as graduates, each to make your unique contribution to the world. You are well prepared to make that contribution, for by awarding you with your degree today, the university is recognising that you've achieved a level of excellence in your chosen discipline. And that disciplinary excellence, about to be formally and publicly recognised, means that when you're asked, so what do? You might have a new answer to offer. I'm a graduate architect, or a graduate marine engineer, or I'm an expert in global logistics or an expert in ICT. For those of you being awarded a PhD, you're going to be a doctor. And whatever you put before your name, you're all going to have some extra letters after your name assigned to the world of everything that you have achieved. Graduating is a significant achievement for which there should be justifiable pride and affection. Just as there's many milestones that have led to this moment, I hope that there are many more ahead in your careers and professional development as you continue to work hard and experience the satisfaction of further learning, growth and achievement. In pursuing this, I also hope that there are many other moments in your life beyond your work and your study that are sources of great meaning and joy. You've no doubt observed from families and friends that have supported you that a life well lived is one that has balance. As part of that, each one of you has a tremendous opportunity to contribute to your community. As you know, this can be enormously satisfying. And it can be done in so many ways, and no doubt many of you are already making these contributions, and perhaps you're not even recognising some of those contributions that you're making. It could be lending a hand to a fellow student or a work colleague. It could be lending your skills to a not-for-profit or a community organisation, or helping at your children's school. Indeed, there are so many ways in which you can make a difference, especially as a graduate of a university whose mission is to do just that. There's no pressing challenge in the world today, no more pressing challenge in the world today than climate change. And the University of Tasmania has been named the #1 university in the world for climate action for 2 years in a row. This is testimony to the outstanding work being undertaken right across the university. And I hope that you are as proud to belong to that university as I am. There are many other examples. 4 of our colleagues were lead authors in the IPCC's recent report on climate change, on impacts, adaptation and vulnerability. And this continues a very strong tradition of our experts contributing to these important international reports. The new National Australian Forest and Wood Innovation Institute, based in Launceston, is going to have a profound impact on this really important industry. Colleagues are also leading efforts to understand what's happening in the globally important Southern Ocean ecosystems, as well as contributing to efforts to protect the world's unique plant and fungal species by better understanding what's being done locally, nationally and globally to conserve them. Here in Launceston, colleagues at the AMC have been doing hugely important paradigm-shifting work around crisis management and resilience, helping people, including Tasmanian government agencies, to navigate and effect positive change in the wake of disaster. Meanwhile, a team from Architecture and Design took a Queenstown-themed exhibition to the Venice Architecture Biennale as the Australian representation. I think they've just returned and had a fantastic time over there representing our state and our university. The Biennale is one of the world's most prestigious exhibitions of architecture. So these achievements exemplify our university's mission to make a difference for Tasmania and from Tasmania make a difference to the world. Each one of you graduating today is important in that mission, as ultimately it's through you and the difference you make that we will fulfil our mission, no matter where your path may take you. I know some of you will stay in Tasmania and some of you will go to other places and to other countries, but all of you will make a difference. So whether you're from Tasmania or not, I hope you now all feel at least a little bit Tasmanian. And importantly, you'll always treasure your connection to Tasmania and its people. I've experienced over and over again how these connections pop up in sometimes surprising ways, and how unshakable that bond with Tasmania can be. The Tasmanian way is sometimes a little understated, but there's some special things that come with this: a quiet determination and an adaptability, and we think that underpins many of Tasmania's great successes. We also like to think that this Tasmanian way fosters people with broader understandings, who are multi-skilled and truly just roll their sleeves up, get on and do great work. So as you step out as graduates, we hope you will remember those Tasmanian qualities and draw on them as a source of strength and inspiration in the years ahead. We are very proud to call you a graduate of the University of Tasmania, and we welcome you to a community of diverse and talented people who over the last 133 years of our history have contributed and continue to contribute to a better Tasmania and a better world. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Joshua Castle to present the occasional address. Joshua is an X-Prize award-winning systems thinker involved in pioneering biological solutions to address food security, health, climate change, and sustainable materials by working with mycelium and seaweed. He also works with neuroscience and artificial intelligence startups. And if that's not enough, he's also got an upcoming utopian science fiction novel due for release in 2024. I invite Mr. Castle to present the occasional address.
Thank you, Chancellor. Chancellor, distinguished guests, members of the university, graduates, family, and friends. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. Today, we close one chapter of a book and start anew, a blank page. What an exciting moment. Congratulations. I'm honored to speak today. However, at first, I didn't feel worthy. Many of us may share this feeling of unworthiness. The great people too. But we need to remember that we are. We have put in the work. We have done something worthy of respect, gotten degrees, and now we are going to go beyond. With the knowledge we now stand on, we can only add and take things in new directions never before taken. We are the members of our society lucky enough to have the opportunity to study and receive degrees, meaning that we have responsibility to not just help society and the planet, but to make it better. Now you have a blank page. What are you going to do next? How are you going to make your life a story you want to read? I had a vision, a big dream, of solving climate change and each detail that led to it. So months after I graduated, I was surprised to find myself shoveling fertilizer in a garden in wind and rain. However, I did have an audiobook in my ears, and I was building my vision. As I kept building and did some rather bold things, like registering an action with the United Nations, reaching out to CEOs of all kinds of companies, all of a sudden, my vision started to become alive. You need to have a vision. It is now more important than ever. In an era where AI starts to reach all corners of our lives, our greatest strength lies in our imagination. William James's definition of intelligence is the ability to reach the same goal by different means. So what makes you, you, and no one else? This isn't one metric like your grade or your time in a running race. It's the combination of everything in your life that makes you you. My mentor tells me that the most valuable thing a company can know to be a world-changing is to know something nobody else knows. The same is true of an individual. Embrace your eccentricities. Choose when to listen to others and when to listen to yourself. Get good at this. Now we have the knowledge and know-how, comes the fun part. We need to apply it to the world around us. But if your vision isn't clear yet, that's okay. I met a famous investor called Bill Tai. He taught me something. Not everything needs a detailed rationale. Sometimes you just need to do things. He liked to kiteboard, and the winds are just right in Perth each December. So he started West Tech Fest, so we could do business in the morning and kiteboard after lunch. This led to Australia's most valuable startup, Canva, and the complete revitalization of venture capital in Australia, just because he wanted to kiteboard when the winds were good. He could have spent a long time deciding the best place for this, but instead he chose a place, and he used his will to make it work. So sometimes, do what's fun, improvise, but work hard. To support this vision, you will need network and to be kind. These things come hand in hand. I was reflecting upon writing this, and I realized almost every single person in the top 50 people I want to speak to in the world, I've actually already sent them a message on some kind of platform. And a couple of replies so far. Be they business leaders, philosophers, or scientists. But you need to lift up others too. Lifting each other up is the most important part of networking. It seems the more you lift people up, the more people in your network will lift you up. And soon enough, you will find a mentor who might lift you as well. Also, put yourself out there. You'll be surprised who knows who. Challenge means growth. Keep working harder and harder. Learn to love challenges, as many of you already have. And you'll be surprised by the contribution you soon see yourself making to the world. What do you want to contribute to the world? There is a possibility that ripples through the air. The more you have a vision, and the more you make that vision true, the more you begin to see it. Trust in your vision, and you can shape the world around you and make it a better place. Today, we close one chapter and turn over a blank page. Supported by kindness and determination, let your vision be your power. And together, let's write a story for Australia and the world. I look forward to learning about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua, for that very inspirational occasional address and some extremely important messages, I think, for our graduates, but I think for all of us. So the sorts of things that I'm picking up from your talk were really around making sure that we do have the confidence in what we have as individuals, but also as a collective. So our education has provided us with such a great foundation, but it is that whole person that is so critically important. And the other message I think I had very clearly from you this morning, Joshua, was the importance of mentoring and how we can not only seek to learn from mentors but become mentors ourselves, and how the power of the collective is so critically important in the challenges that we face. So thank you once again for that wonderful address. We're now up to the stage when we are going to confer our degrees and award our diplomas. So I call upon Professor Julian Worrell, representing the Chair of Academic Senate, to present candidates for degrees and diplomas.
I call upon candidates to stand. Councillor, I commend to you the candidates whose names are listed in the conferral list before you for admission to the degrees and for the award of the diplomas shown. They have completed all requirements for their awards to the satisfaction of the Academic Senate.
By virtue of the authority vested in my office, I admit you and the candidates in absentia, as listed in the conferral list before me, to the degrees and award the diplomas for which you and they have qualified.
Please join with me in congratulating the new graduates and diplomates. Graduates and diplomates, please be seated. Councillor, the graduates and diplomates will now be presented to you.
I now call upon the Executive Dean of the Colleges of Sciences and Engineering, Mr. Terry Bailey, to present the graduates in that college.
Councillor, for the award of the Diploma of Engineering, Infrastructure Rail, I present to you Mustafa Al-Jamali. Trent Leonard Lyons. Councillor, for the award of the Diploma of Global Logistics and Maritime Management, I present to you Alexei Feofilov. Chancellor, for the degree of the Bachelor of Applied Science Marine Engineering, I present to you Mohammed Sajid Afridi. Jahangir Alam. Subrata Biswas. Cosmai Patabengay Dion Ashan Dalpathoda. Latha Huwandi Santha Jandara de Silva. Anura Dulamala Kankan Nanj. MD Hassan Jamil. Vindana Sankalpa Jayakodi Jayakojij. Aki Le, Lashan Gerard, Jayathakur Lurkur. Hapa Kuranjit Don Rasika Lakmal Kuranamthi. Polycarp Don Obakizi. Ahmad Imachal Nafiz Peel. Hasitha Indul Senaramthna Ramanada Gedara. Boudica Karasina Rankiri Pantharin Halgi. Nashid Madjashankar Siramana Hetty Don. Zito Zhao. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science, Maritime Technology Management, I present to you Stin Ramasul Sial. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science, Nautical Science, I present to you Jaskamal Bir Singh. Ki Lok Lai. Fidal Maybied Bernard. Ashraful Alam Nur. Shane Staples. Jordan Mitchell Toffler. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Architect and Built Environments, I present I present to you for Nautical Sciences, Joshua Anthony Wright. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Architecture and Built Environments, I present to you Amira Binti Adal. Abby Rose Kelford. Joel Garrett. Jackson James. Joyce Jayasingh Lau. Natalie May Newland. Shak Hong Yuen. Luke Thomas Jeffrey Pendergast. Chanel Ray. Jack Allen Rose. Kate Shreve. Jeremy William Smith. Lachlan Sutton. Jean Marie Wen Ning Tan. Zachary John William Tregenza. Jacob Tripp. Tony Adele Tyson Donnelly. Joyce Kwan Hugh Wong. Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Architecture and Built Environments and Bachelor of Philosophy, I present to you Elise Cecile Houlihan. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Design, I present to you Jacqueline Molina Del Pio. Iman Karantoa McGregor. Sarah Ann Triffett. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Global Logistics and Maritime Management, I present to you Danielle Flower. Gabrielle Kate Hall. Zachary Hazard. Nicholas James Hearn. Lucas Hull. John William Morgan. Maël Bigot. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Information and Communication Technology, I present to you Matthew Brooks. Scott Roger Edmonds. Edward Howarth. Joe G. Ying. Vivek Pokar Rail. Michael Alec Skrinnikov. Joshua Allen Wilson. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Marine and Antarctic Science, I present to you Jack Chappell. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Natural Environment and Wilderness Studies, I present to you Kenna Reid Clark. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Science, I present to you Taylor Elizabeth Cherry. Ross McCletchie. Connor Smith. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, Naval Architecture with honours, I present to you Oliver Max Sloan. Henry Lachlan Young. Louis Marciano Osantana. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, Ocean Engineering with honours, I present to you Yik Kin Thien. Councillor, I present to you Samantha Alicia Hoekstra, whom you have admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, Ocean Engineering with honours. Samantha has been awarded a university medal the highest academic award made to an undergraduate student. I ask you, Councillor, to present the University Medal to Samantha Alicia Hoekstra. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, Ocean Engineering with Honours, Cooperative Education, I present to you Mustafa Mohsini. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Maritime Engineering, Marine and Offshore Engineering with Honours, I present to you Charles David Holding. Caitlin Warren. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Maritime Engineering, Naval Architecture Honours, Cooperative Education, I present to you William James Cunningham. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Maritime Engineering, Naval Architecture with Honours, I present to you Hamish Elliott. Georgia Kate Mustay. Corey Wayne Benson. Ryan McCormick. Kobe Dan Newman. James Leonard Rawson. Alexander Eli Cameron. Owen Ross Spanswick. Councillor, for the degree of Bachelor of Maritime Engineering, Ocean Engineering with Honours, I present to you Edwina Elizabeth James. Misha Claire Rothney. Joshua Timothy Allen. Thomas Charles Vickers. Ethan Andrew Ritchie. Councillor, for the award of Graduate Certificate in Maritime Management, I present to you Michael Adams. Gokul Saskamaran Nair Jaisari. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Applied Science, Marine Engineering, I present to you Campbell Brendan Holland. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Architecture, I present to you Taj Kelby Allen. Danyan Isaac Bott. Dylan Raymond Paul Gardner. Paul Ting Zhang Ho. Melissa Lee Hugh Lau. Jessie Ann Pankyu. Stephanie Papastavru. Arishma Sami. BJ Sapkota. Zoe Isabella Williams. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Business Administration, Maritime and Logistics Management, I present to you Ying Lu. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Business Administration in Maritime Management, I present to you Saeed Hussain Abraham Mahmoud Al-Balushi. Ranuka Yassas Ipolwatej. Rashidul Karim Khan. Anup Kumar Madasari Satisen. Kumail Raza. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Global Logistics and Supply Chain Management, I present to you Praveen Nagarajan Gomathi. Yixin Tian. Donna Anuradha Sevwadi Wijasin. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Information Technology and Systems, I present to you Sandeep Bogata. Thalini, Nadisha, Jayathanga, Dadiakara, Duat. Anab Gautam. Quan He. Alex Matthew. Ekin Godson Naji Q. Nayana Christina Rodriguez. Zhao Fi Shi. Mustafa Sultan. Larissa Trani. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Logistics Management, I present to you Thomas Allen George Birchmore. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Marine and Antarctic Science, I present to you Florencia Irena. Councillor, for the degree of Master of Maritime Engineering Professional, I present to you Athul Mararahuzadanan. Yung Yin. Councillor, that concludes the presentation of graduates and diplomats from the College of Sciences and Engineering.
I now call upon the Dean of Graduate Research, Professor Lisa Fletcher, to present those graduates who have qualified for a research high degree in graduate research.
Councillor, research is one of the major activities of the University of Tasmania, and the strength and diversity of our research is reflected in our consistent world-class performance across a breadth of disciplines. This research excellence makes a real difference, having an impact right across Tasmania and from here across Australia and the world. Our higher degree research graduates make very significant contributions to these research activities, for it is their hunger for understanding and dedication to research that enables the generation of new knowledge through analysis, innovation and insight. We greatly value our higher degree graduate researchers and recognise the excellence and importance of their work across a wide variety of disciplines. Councillor, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the new higher degree research graduates. Councillor, you have admitted Kumadu Nandathalaka Amarawadana to the Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Amarawadana proposed a novel hybrid constraint handling technique to improve the quality of renewable microgrid sizing and energy management optimisation to guide researchers and practitioners in the renewable microgrid control environment to drive innovation in the future. Councillor, Dr. Kumadu Nandathalaka Amarawadana. Councillor, I present to you Nima Golestani. Dr Golestani conducted a study on the optimal application of wind energy off the coast of Australia by examining people, technology and nature. His research will enhance the efficiency of wind farms and propel Australia towards a more sustainable future. Councillor Dr Nima Golestani. Councillor, I present to you Shasta Claire Henry. Dr Henry investigated the impact of fire on insects in the Tasmanian Wilderness World Heritage Area. She showed that many insects are dependent on fire-sensitive vegetation, and where these plants take decades to return, so too do the invertebrates. Councillor Dr Shasta Claire Henry. Councillor, I present to you Aaron James Smith. Dr Smith investigated how host-parasitic bacteria interactions influence the outcome of amoebic gill disease in Atlantic salmon. He established fish size as a significant factor conferring resistance to the disease and provided avenues to refine existing amoebic gill disease management strategies in commercial Atlantic salmon aquaculture. Councillor Dr Aaron James Smith. Councillor, I present to you Francesco Tacconi. Dr Tacconi investigated the benefits and limits of agricultural diversity, with a major focus on the factors that influence farmer decisions in the adoption or disadoption of practices that enhance agricultural diversity in different agroecological and socio-economic contexts. Councillor Dr Francesco Tacconi. Councillor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from Graduate Research.
Thank you. So it's now my pleasure to introduce you, or actually reintroduce you, to Mr Jackson James, who graduated earlier today with the Bachelor of Architecture and Built Environments. Mr James will now give the valedictory address on behalf of the cohort of students who are graduating today.
Councillor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, members of the university, graduates, family and friends. It is an honour and a privilege to be given the opportunity to deliver the valedictory address on behalf of the class of 2023. And I would like to begin by respectfully acknowledging the traditional owners and custodians of this ancient place on which we gather today, the Palawa peoples of the Cunnamulla region. And I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging who continue to care for country. The attainment of a degree is often framed as a journey. If this is true, then I have definitely taken the scenic route. If you look closely, you may notice that I am a mature age student. As such, my appetite for knowledge has been directly proportional to the time it took me to get here. I've relished every minute of my short time in academia, yet I still carry within me that love of all things scenic. I would like to share a seemingly unrelated quote by Italian architect Giorgio Grassi that had a profound effect on me during the course of my studies. Quote, "The key to the design problem lies in the material of the existing building," end quote. This was a source of great creative freedom for me. No longer did I have to conjure a work of design genius from thin air. All I had to do was engage in a dialogue with my immediate context. This meant that the answers were already there, in the twisting rocky ground of Launceston's topography, or the low path of the winter sun as it traversed the foggy expanse of the Tamar River. The answers were contained within the geometries and the materiality of the buildings that stratify the surrounding hills, ascending by era like some kind of architectural fossil record. The solutions were embodied by the people that inhabited these buildings and the ideas that they expressed, or were gleaned from conversations with lecturers and tutors, or discovered during collaborations with my classmates. All that was required was to be present, to appreciate the supreme natural, social, and academic privileges that were being afforded to me by this place, and to respond to them as honestly as possible. The solutions that we all found during our time here will form the foundation of our personal and professional lives as we move forward. I like the idea that our collective experience of this place will travel with us and be built upon throughout this country and all over the world. I would like to acknowledge the critical role played in this journey by our loved ones. Thank you for all those little and big sacrifices that you made for us. Personally, I would like to thank my wife, Carly, and our two young sons, Silas and Sasha, for their steadfast love, support and patience throughout the past 3 years. Like many of you, we landed here as a band of vagabonds, mid-pandemic and early 2021, furnitureless and hermetically sealed in our house, pouring at the windows like lost dogs. At that time, Silas was 1. Our second son, Sasha, arrived in late August of 2022. And I'm especially thankful for the boys' companionship and often vocal support during those early hours of the nocturnal study sessions. Together we make a formidable team. I would like to thank our lecturers and tutors for the learnings shared, and maybe more importantly, the guidance given when the forest was nowhere to be seen, even though we were surrounded by trees. And finally, I would like to thank our fellow classmates for their humour, camaraderie and resilience over the past 3 years. We have come a long way, and I've enjoyed sharing the scenery with you as we found the solutions together in this place, UTAS, Launceston. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jackson, for your address, but also generously sharing your own personal story with us today. And I think that exemplifies so much of what everyone has been through. It's not always been easy, it's not always been direct, but a lovely sense of gratitude for opportunities for education and for the wonderful support of families and friends and classmates and members of the Academy. So thank you so much, and very best wishes for what's next to come. So that just about concludes our ceremony for today. But before we do, and I think Jackson so eloquently spoke to us about this, it is really important, I think, to take some time to encourage each of you who are graduating today to acknowledge the contribution of friends and family who've supported you on your path to graduation, who've helped out when things were tough, but also been there to celebrate your successes, because graduation is in many ways a collective achievement. So I would invite graduates to stand and to turn and to express your gratitude to your family and friends with a round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. I think that's always a highlight for me. So as you celebrate your graduation today, you're joining a vibrant global family of over 150,000 graduates who've taken this precious University of Tasmania experience to all continents and over 130 countries around the world. But please remember that you are not leaving the university. As an alumni of the university, you've joined a very special university community. You're now members of our extended family, and we do hope that you keep in touch. Graduation ceremonies represent a very special moment, and being with you all here today couldn't be more important or heartwarming for myself and my colleagues who are here on the stage today. Please enjoy the rest of your day with your family and friends. Be confident in your achievements. It has been wonderful sharing this time with you. So Professor Geraghty and I would now like to invite you, your family and friends to refreshments in the Exhibition Centre at the far end of the Conference Centre. So just one more thing to do then, please would you stand, and the academic procession will recess, and we invite you all to follow us. Thank you.